Brandi, you're acting too aggressive, just like Vale said. What's going on, y'all? So let's run our mouth about Basketball Wives Season 10, Episode 3. So the episode begins with Angel Brinks doing her boss businesswoman thing. We love to see it. So Jackie comes to meet with Angel Brinks. They're having a conversation about Rockstar. Angel Brinks is kind of letting her know that, me and Rockstar aren't so good right now. We're kind of going through the relationship thing. You know how relationships go. So Jackie is just consoling her or whatever. And in the middle of them having a conversation, Rockstar pops up with some flowers. So Rockstar pops out with some flowers. Of course, it's cute. Women love flowers. Do I think it was genuine? Not really, but I don't know. Maybe I don't see it for that relationship, girl. Now, this is my issue with Jackie Christie. As an elder and as a peer that these women look up to you, a lot of these women are looking to attain the relationship that you and Doug have. So why would you lie to Angel and say that you see a genuine connection with her and Rockstar? Jackie, if you really were a relationship guru, you're not telling me that you saw a genuine connection between them. I don't believe you, and I don't like that lie, Jackie. But you're doing the best you can. You're trying to keep her spirits up. She's pregnant, so I'm going to let you go, Jackie, but that was a lie. Hey, British girl. So this is British's episode. So we're in the episode, we meet British. We got British daughter, so cute. British's mom, who's actually beautiful as well. British and her mom look alike, if you ask me. So they're having a conversation. The mama's like, girl, yeah, Lorenzo's getting on my nerve. British starts to give us a little bit of insight of the status of her and Lorenzo's relationship, And she's just saying that, they're just not getting along anymore. And I had to realize when we met British was so young. So she's grown into her womanhood now. And she's realizing this is not the type of man that I want. What I thought I wanted, I no longer want. And I absolutely understand it, Bridget. So I'm happy for you. Lorenzo, typical man, he wants to keep you where you at. He wants his cake and eat it too. British is not having it. Now, my only question is this. British said that they were cheating on each other. I'm curious to know that, did you find a man that you were enjoying the company of outside of Lorenzo, and y'all just were cheating on each other, or was it a thing where he kept cheating on you and you wanted payback? Because that's important to understand. I think British's mom saying that she thinks British is better off without Lorenzo is very eye-opening, and it tells us a lot. If your mom thinks that you don't need him, you probably don't need him, girl. I'm just saying. British, Brandi, Duffy, and Jackie meet up. They're talking about the meat market mixer. I think it's going to be exciting, girl. I'm excited to see the girls meet some new men. They're asking British, is her and Lorenzo done for real? British is saying yes. Jackie doesn't believe it. Just show them better than you can tell them. That's all. Malaysia brings her kids to LA. I was excited. Now, this is my only shade with you, Malaysia, girl. I like you, and I know your kids mean a lot to you, girl, but don't bore me this whole season with this kids thing, girl. I'm giving you the first couple episodes. You need to get in the game with the ladies. I feel like you're using that as an scapegoat so you don't have to film a lot with these girls and get into some shit. Or, some BS. Girl, get into some with the ladies. The next scene is Jennifer, Angel, and Jackie helping Jennifer cope with her dog grief. I thought that was really cute. Jackie is really a good friend, child. Jackie will really support you and follow you and ride you with you anywhere, child. Literally. I'm not really a fan of people speaking to the dead and stuff, so I'm really going to kind of skip over that scene. The next scene, we have British and Lorenzo talking about their relationship dynamic. It's always cute to see them together. I do genuinely feel like they like each other. I feel like they kind of remind me of, like, the high school love. Like, they've been together so long, like, they're not really meant to be together anymore, but they have that genuine love because they've known each other since they've been kids. That's how I feel with them. I feel like it's time for them to let each other go, but they still kind of have that puppy love a little bit, And Lorenzo is just one of those men who just don't believe you're going to leave him until you actually leave him, child. Now, the inappropriate comment that Lorenzo made in front of their child about who I'm slinging wood in and who's slinging wood in you, I just thought that was so inappropriate and so unnecessary. And quite frankly, vulgar. Like, there wasn't a better way for you to say, if you're having sex with someone or if you're sexually active with someone and it's getting fierce, y'all have a child at the end of the day. You just don't get to say whatever you want to say in front of kids. Like, I just thought that was inappropriate, girl. Lorenzo is too interested in knowing who British is having sex with, and that lets you know that he is still in love with that woman. But he's nervous to say it because he doesn't want to feel shamed if she says she's no longer in love with him. Boom, gave it to you. Next scene, Jackie, Jennifer, and Brooke getting ready for the meat market mixer, taking Jennifer to get a vag rejuvenation. I assume that's what it was. I thought it was cute. Brooke looked good. I always like to see women in their little feminine energy, girl. It is what it is. Next. When the ladies started talking about Jen's bad luck with men, man, have we seen Jen go through some stuff with some men. From Eric Williams, the most horrible husband who threw a drink in her face, just a trashy, low-class man, to Tim from Sweetie Pies, we don't even want to speak on that, to the last guy stealing from her. The thing is, Jennifer, I would really like to see Jennifer genuinely fall in love. I feel like she deserves it. I feel like she would be a great mother. I feel like she would be a great husband. I feel like she has all those qualities, you know? So, I wish her the best of luck. She is an older woman, but Jennifer's still fine as hell. Hopefully this guy works out. Malaysia meets up with Zell Swag. It's another thing I'm getting tired of, Malaysia. The Zell Swag. You're using Zell Swag to film so you don't have to film with the ladies. Go get in there with the ladies, girl. I mean, Zell is cool, but Zell just, there's no purpose. Why is he there? I don't get it. Boom. So we get to the meat market mix. All the ladies are there. All the ladies look fabulous. They're talking about what they're expecting for the night. Talking about the type of men they want to see. British lets the ladies know that Lorenzo is with a common law married in California. I felt like that really hurt her feelings a little bit. She tried to be a tough girl about it, but you can tell that really bothered her. Jackie inviting Lorenzo there. Jackie, you were dead wrong for that. You just need to stop. I understand you want love to win, but sometimes love doesn't win. Especially when they don't want it to. It has to be mutual. All the guys were kind of a joke for the most part. The older guy who Jennifer met, I thought that man was very handsome. I thought that man was a perfect fit for Jennifer. And I just hope he's a decent guy all around. I guess we'll get to see more of them as the season progresses. But I think that was the only really decent guy. I mean, a couple of them were cute, but they weren't no men that these women wanted to date. When Lorenzo walked up in there and thought he was about to win British back, I think Lorenzo thought this was going to be a love wins moment. But when I tell you British ate him up, I felt secondhand embarrassment for Lorenzo the way British ate him up. British was not in the mood for that. And Jackie, that's your fault. And I'm glad British is going to check you for that next week. Malaysia walking in there with Zell. I'll say it again. There was no purpose in Zell being at a meat market mixer event for all women. There was no reason for Malaysia to come. Malaysia, were you interested in meeting men? Why did you come to that? That's just an event you didn't have to come to, Malaysia. I just didn't really like the energy you brought in there. You knew he was coming to be shady. You knew what he had already said about Jennifer. You just said that him and Brandi weren't friends. You knew there was going to be drama, Malaysia. Brandi, you're too emotionally invested in Malaysia to the point where you're thinking about what's going to happen in y'all interaction before it happens. You need to let it go, girl. I know there's something else you could be focusing on besides Malaysia, Brandi. Brandi and Malaysia immediately get into it. Brandi, you were looking to argue with Malaysia. Malaysia gave you what you wanted. That's just it. Malaysia brings up the fact that Brandi is upset about her continuing to do the show once Brandi was fired. So now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of things. But Brandi, you need to understand, Malaysia was on that show long before you. Malaysia had a job to do. Malaysia was already solidified on that show. Malaysia was already a very important cast member, and they needed her storyline, Brandi. And you should respect that as a woman, as a mother, as someone who's independent as well. But here's the thing. These ladies have been friends for over 14 years. I don't really want to see them physically fighting, maybe arguing a little bit, but I hope that they can rebuild their friendship and repair it. But hey, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that's it for Basketball Wives, y'all. Episode 3. Thanks for letting me run my mouth.